Check. 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 Check, check. Check, check, check. No, no, I'm like loving you all chatting over there. All right, everybody. Hey, thanks for coming to our opening lunch, everybody. My name is Tony Gapastione. We are going to be recording this live. It's going to be streaming on our YouTube channel, and that means anything you say can and will be on the internet forever. So just be aware of that. What's up, Dex? Good to see so many people, familiar faces. I keep trying to make sense of the fact that you're not in a Zoom box or something like that, which is kind of fun, seeing so many people in real life after doing so many orientations and live stream kind of things, having you on podcasts and that kind of thing. So I'm going to are we live? I don't even know. Tell me when we're good. Oh, we're live. We are good. We are live. Okay, cool. So yes, it's live, everybody, from the BraveMaker Film Fest. I am going to use my name tag to cover up the fact that I already have dirt on my pants. But that is what it is, y'all. We are embracing the flaws this weekend because that's humanity. But I will say from the bottom of my heart, our team has really been working hard to create something special. And our team has been working hard themselves as creatives. So can we give our team a round of applause? They're all over the place. At the table over here, you saw them welcoming, they're driving. Every single person volunteering. Like we were texting this morning. We only have one driver signed up to do some shuttles. We need to get 2 more. Who's going to do it? I'm like, I will do it. Like, they're not going to do it, Tony. Someone else is going to do it. So they are wanting to create this environment of collaboration and creativity and relationship building so that we all together hopefully can result in some jobs, right? Like, we really want to create jobs for the industry, especially here in the Bay Area. So I'm going to be bringing a number of people up here on these directors' chairs to chat. This has been something we started doing last year as a way to start off the day or start off the festival in a unique way. So I'm going to bring my friend, colleague, and creator Priscilla Lamb up to the director's chair. Priscilla, wherever you can't be all the way down there like we're Batman, you know, in Robin or whatever. Remember that scene when Batman, who was he dating at the time? He had that long table, right? I forget, but it was like the Snyder, not the Snyder one, the Tim Burton one back in the day, right? And it was Kim Basinger, yes. And they had a date, and they were across the table like this. That's how I feel. Priscilla, introduce. You can't be down there though, can you? Come back. Come close. Come close. Come close. Get the pink one so it matches you. So Priscilla's going to be one of our red carpet hosts. She's been on our team for years. She also started her own collective. Tell people who you are.
Hey, y'all. My name is Priscilla Lamb. I am based out of Vallejo, California. What? Any Bay Area people out here? Okay. I got introduced to BraveMaker because Tony made a feature film out here in the Bay called Last Chance Charlene, and I auditioned for one of the roles. He didn't like me for that role, but he put me somewhere else. I'm still so grateful. And
But I gave her a role.
Yeah,
though.
yeah,
I gave
so
you
you
a
put me
role.
somewhere else.
She
Yes,
was so
you did.
good. I was like, I'm gonna create this other role, and make it a little bit bigger. So she was in it.
Yes, I'm so grateful, and fell in love with the BraveMaker nonprofit and became a part of the community. And it also pushed me and gave me the confidence to step out on my own. I created a collective called 11th Hour Creatives. It focuses on giving filmmakers a practice ground, but like for real short film making. So I kind of think of it like nobody has a craft that they only get to practice or get to put it to use when they get paid, right? And sometimes it can feel like that as filmmakers, like to be official director, I gotta get a job, and then I can practice. Like that's when I practice. But I wanted to take it a step further, where it's like, no, together as filmmaker friends and community, let's practice before we get to the paid gig. So when we get to the paid gig, we can thrive and shine. And we make short films twice a year, and we've been having fun, growing all together. And that's a little bit about me. Also, I'm an actress. So yeah, that. Just in case you want to hire me.
Just her first feature was on Tubi, lead role on Tubi, called Blood Money. Give it up. Okay. So let's bring some people up. So you talked about, we're both obviously in the Bay. You're across the Bay. I'm here in Redwood City. Can we give it up for the space, by the way, here? The Chan Zuckerberg Initiative in Redwood City. There's Jeremy over there, point of contact. For years has been supporting us. So thank you, Jeremy, for making this possible. Yes, making sure she doesn't slip out of that.
Thank you.
Yes. Again, as a nonprofit, we truly cannot do our work without community support, without the spaces. We have 7 different venues over the course of the 4 days. These programs are all available for you. Hopefully you saw my little YouTube video where I tried to tour you around so you can become familiar. I walked myself from every single venue, and I tried to walk not as fast as I normally walk, because I am a fast walker and maybe a little bit of a fast talker, but I walked slow, and every venue is 5 minutes or less from each other, okay? Walking, all right? So it's fairly close. But going back to, Bay Area, some of you are not from the Bay Area, but let's start there. How many of you are from the Bay Area or live in the Bay Area now? Raise your hands. Give it up. Little whoop whoop. Okay, cool. Bay Area people. Now let's find out who came the farthest. Who had to get on a plane to get here? Raise your hand. If you had to get on a plane. Okay. All right, let's hear from where? If you're from LA or flew up from LA, let's see some hands. A lot of people from LA. Okay. Not LA. Let's see the not LA hands. Okay, so we have 5, 6 people, not LA. Let's start over there. Umay, where'd you come from? Shout it out. Turkey. Okay. So we truly are international, all right? Roxana. Florida. All right. Roxana, so coast to coast. Here we go. Lisa. San Diego. Okay, all right. Darlene. Ohio. All right, Midwest. We got another Midwester. Let's hear it. Grand Rapids, Michigan. All right.
Wait, we missed some people. Yes, we missed some people.
Delaware. Okay, yes. And, George. Chicago. Give it up for these people, because we are a small nonprofit, and 2 years ago we were able to give some funding to people to get travels. This year we had nothing to give to people for travel, so they came on their own dime. So thank you for investing in yourself, and we really hope that this is a great experience for you. We really want this to be something that really fuels you up, honestly. Like, that's kind of my heart. We work hard to do this because we know what it feels like to go to a film festival and wonder, does anybody even know that I'm here? Did anybody watch my movie? When they're asking questions, I'm like, what movie did you just watch? I don't know. I've been to film festivals like that. It's really weird. So we want to create that space that you feel valuable and loved. And quick history, started in 2018. This is our 4th time in person, because obviously we had 2 online. So 4 times, we're still learning, and I've been telling our team this, that we know we're gonna drop balls, we're juggling a lot of plates, so give us grace. We wanna give you grace too. When there's an expectation that doesn't get met, just know, like, we hope we could have the red carpet literally rolled out everywhere you go. One time I went to a film festival, and I had Loretta Devine in my movie, and it was a 4-day fest, and day 1 and day 2, it was like so cool, red carpet, step and repeat, day 3, yes, I'm like, mine's on day 4. I show up day 4, they didn't have the red carpet out, the step and repeat was like just being put up when we got there, so Loretta Devine and I are like on cement taking our photo, and I just remember feeling like, dang it, that sucked. I never want that for somebody. But it might happen. You might show up somewhere, all we got is a sidewalk. All right? So it is what it is. That's all I got to say. All right. So I want to start by bringing our VIPs up. We're doing something different this year. We always try to invite, we call them like movers and shakers, our panelists, our VIP people. We're actually bestowing honors and awards. We don't do awards at BraveMaker because I don't believe in film awards, because it's too cringy and competitive. And then people start to feel like, I really want an award. So we don't do film awards like best film, although that's probably going to change because everybody's telling me I have to get with the program and do it if we want money. That's what they're saying. If you want money and press, you got to do awards. So that might happen. Don't judge me when we do it. But this year, we are going to have the BraveMaker Impact Honors. We're honoring 7 people. 6 of them are here. I think only 5 are here right now, who are doing work in the industry, working full-time, creating, making, show running, braving their way, comedy, screenwriting, podcasting, producing, acting, directing, all of those things. So I'm going to invite up our honorees. So come on up, Nadine Crocker, filmmaker, producer, actor, screenwriter, all the things. I think I'm going to stand. You're going to move down.
Okay.
Olivia Allen, producer, actress, podcaster. AVRIL Speaks, my friend, director, producer, showrunner. You can sit here, AVRIL. Yeah, sit right here. Let's do Lauren Wells. I'm like doing a talk show. Writer of many things, podcasts and TV shows, like What We Do in the Shadows. Y'all, I keep saying this, like one of my favorite shows. Truly, truly, truly. And last but not least, LEAH KNAUER, who is this super fun comedian, improviser, and what do you call those things when you, my brain is fading, when you act like Jennifer Coolidge, what's that called?
Impressionist?
Impressions. So funny. I told her I'm bringing her everywhere like I can because.
Oh God, you're too kind. Oh my God! Wow.
Makes me want a hot dog.
Oh, it makes me want a hot dog real bad. Oh, I love all the red in here. It looks like the 4th of July. Oh.
I'm turning red like the 4th of July. I love that. I love her, and I don't find myself to be a funny person, so I'm like, I need that funny in my life. So let's go down the line from here all the way to Priscilla, and then Priscilla will start asking some questions and chatting. Ken Whittingham, TV director, is not here. He's still on his way. Tell us a little bit about yourself and the work. You are our honorees because you are working and braving your way in this industry and doing it. So thank you for being here and spending 4 days with us. We really appreciate it. But let's go ahead. LEAH KNAUER, you're up.
Thank you. I am honored as an honoree. My name is LEAH KNAUER. I'm from Philadelphia, but yes, go Birds. But I live in Los Angeles. I've been there for 13 years. I started stand-up and improv when I was 19 years old. I love performing. I moved out to be an actress, but then I was sick of waiting for auditions, so I started performing, and I think, you have to like create your own opportunities in this industry, which you are all doing. The fact that you are here, so I'm so excited to be here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's go, Lauren.
It's time for me to make words come out of my mouth. No pressure. I'm Lauren Wells. I'm mostly a TV writer. I write features as well. The past 5 years, I've been on an FX show called What We Do in the Shadows. Very vampire monster stuff. So naturally, during a little bit of the strike fun, I worked on a podcast, created a podcast called Mina and Lucy's Guide to Slaying Dracula, kept it in the vampire fam, you know, write what you know. I don't know if you know vampires aren't real.
What?
What? Right? Look it up, Google it.
Explain this.
Google
Damn.
it. Yeah, but basically mostly TV writing, features, all that fun. So happy to be here.
Thanks, Lauren.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Olivia Allen. I am a producer, an actress, spiritual psychologist, and I have a podcast as well. So I do a lot of different things, and basically the main theme with all of them is storytelling. Even when it comes to the psychology, it is the same thing that we're all doing. It's storytelling. So that's me.
When I met Olivia in the hall, we were just chatting and like we just started talking about therapy and all these things. I'm like, yes, that's what I love. I really got, you know, they're here, they're going to continue talking, but they're here giving time to make connections, right? So use them well, right? But you never know like how you might also benefit them too. It's not just taking, but also giving. And there's so many givers here. We also want to give back to you. So thank you for
So
being here.
free therapy?
No.
No.
Free writing?
Barter? Yeah, well, it'll be a barter, yeah.
I think it's my turn now. So
Nadine.
Crocker, writer, director, actress, producer. Yeah, I started, my trajectory was acting. I dropped out of high school, moved to Los Angeles at 16 years old, have been on my own out in Los Angeles that long. And then I guess let's just get real. My film Continue was the first project that I knew I had to get behind the camera. I wanted to direct. I wanted to give myself a role that no one else was giving me. And so I starred in it, produced it, invested my life savings, ended up homeless just to fucking finish it. Let's be real, like indie filmmaking is really, really hard. And that film ended up, it comes out September 6th, Lionsgate and Grindstone. I get like really emotional when I talk about it because it was years of working in the shadows and having no idea how
It would pay off.
where to find a home though, also because it's all about suicide prevention and mental health. It's based on my true story. I'm a suicide survivor and my entire mission has been to save lives from suicide, and created my own nonprofit, Continue On, to coincide with the film, and donated part of the proceeds from the film to charity. And so I just felt like with this mission and this message, people will care, and they're like, no, we
Nope.
don't talk about mental health, and
right.
like, no, you know. And so unfortunately the red carpet didn't just roll out for me, and I was really expecting that. No,
She rolled it out.
yeah, I willed it out, and I rolled it out myself. And my second film, Desperation Road, which has Mel Gibson and Garrett Hedlund and an incredible cast, they're incredible humans, already came out October. And so I thought it was the end of the world that my second film beat my first film out. I'm like, you know, and I thought it would make it more challenging for Continue, but I actually found a home at Lionsgate with Grindstone and Lionsgate because of my second film. So I always go back to, like, God really works in really interesting ways, and every time I've been crying on the floor, like, how the fudge am I gonna get through this? And the delays were all divine. It all led to where we're going. So, you know, that's why I'm, thank you. So that's why I'm here. That's why I, you know, things like that. My first film, Continue, it played here at BraveMaker. Me and Tony met because we both had mental health projects at CineQuest, and you know, he changed my entire life by introducing me to my mentor, Robbie Brenner, who produced Dallas Buyers Club and Barbie, and he knew her and was like, there's enough for us all. And he and it changed my entire life. So it was like, how do we keep changing everyone's life that we possibly can? How do we all keep giving back and collaborating and partnering? So again, what Tony does here, I'm like taking an hour, I'm really sorry. But what you do here is so special, and that's why this feeling of these weekends is almost like addicting. It's like when I couldn't come last year, I was really depressed. So I was like, how do I get there this year? What can we do? Like, how can I help? And I know I'm like, Continue On is my nonprofit, BraveMaker
Yes!
nonprofit. So to me, that's like a dream, because it took me, years of saving my own personal money to make a nonprofit. It's not, you know, it's not cheap, and I know you know. And so, like, being here, getting to meet you all, getting to see your films and talk to you all, this is really a dream come true. So thank you. I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah. Let me brag on that one more time, because, you know, Nadine and I have been talking quite a lot and planning for this and going back and forth on some things. And, you know, like, getting that was really important, because we're doing this mental health workshop twice. Right after this, we'll do it at 2:30. And I said, you know, we're doing this grant thing. Like, we want to give money away. We don't have a lot of money, but we need to give money away. We need to put money in people's pockets and seed filmmakers. Like, well, what if we did a grant with Continue On? Like, yes. Like, you pitch in some money, I'll pitch in some money, and we can both give $1,000 total, $1,000 total. So 6 people are going to be pitching on Saturday to Nadine for a mental health project, and we're going to bestow $1,000 together and hopefully shepherd you and
a
mentor
mentorship.
you.
We
Yes.
definitely, we want to elevate other
Yes.
filmmakers' voices around mental health, because the more of us talk about it, the more we all realize we're not alone in those mental health struggles and times of struggle. And so I'm so excited to hear everyone's pitches. And I know, it was like, we were even like, I mean, I'm going to be honest,
We're
I was
like-
like, I have
like,
$500.
what? Well, you have no
like, I
money.
don't
Where do
have
you-
anything.
Yeah.
I know, I was like, I have
a
gum in
packet
my
of
pocket.
crystals. Yeah, like, what do you...
And he's like, well, if I put my little bit and your little bit, maybe we can do something. So, and I can't wait to see is like, because I plan to do this every year with you. I haven't told you that, so I hope we're still going. Like,
I already thought
I'm
that.
inviting myself.
Okay, good, please.
But I can't wait to hope that within a year's time, like next year,
Yeah.
I hope it's a lot bigger,
Yes.
you know, and that we can.
Where are the funders in the
When
room?
it's a lot
This is my
bigger.
mind ninja. She like gets me in line. So yes, when it's bigger, we're gonna give much
Yes.
bigger grants.
Good. AVRIL Z speaks.
Hello. Okay.
Yeah.
My name is AVRIL Speaks. I am originally from the East Coast. I'm from New York and New Jersey, but I've been living in Los Angeles for Jersey. Who said Jersey? Yes. We will connect. You see what I'm saying? Like, when I will crap on Jersey, but if let me meet somebody from Jersey, it's like a whole different story. But I've been living in LA for the last 12 years. I am a showrunner and director in unscripted, mostly docuseries. So I've done docuseries for Netflix and Hulu and Discovery and different channels. And I'm also an independent film producer as well. And kind of in between both of those things, I consider myself to be an advocate for filmmakers, specifically for independent filmmakers who are trying to get their stories out there. And I helped co-found an organization called Distribution Advocates. We have a podcast called Distribution Advocates Presents that walks people through the distribution process and also just kind of calls out and points out kind of the challenges, I'll just say, of the struggle. The struggle is real. So we talk about the struggles of distribution, and are really trying to be a voice in terms of changing the distribution landscape. And so in order to do that, in order to bring change, we felt like we needed to educate first and really kind of lay the groundwork about everything that's not working about distribution. And so, you know, that whole podcast is kind of about the pitfalls and all the things that are not working. And our conversation from there is hoping to be more centered around what can we do as filmmakers to make it a little bit more equitable and fair and sustainable for filmmakers. So yeah, I'm excited to be here. I first met Tony, I think, I don't know how many
2013.
years. 2013 at Sundance. We were both at Sundance watching films together in the snow, and we've just remained friends since then. So I'm really, really excited to be here. I think it's been a few years since I've been. I think I came some years ago and visited Tony here in Redwood City, but this is my first time back in many years. So I'm really excited to be here.
Well, welcome back. I want to point out the beauty of relationships beginning at film festivals.
Yes.
Many of them were at a film festival. So here, be open to creating lifelong or year-long friendships here, and we're excited for that. Okay, we got to hear Nadine's origin story of how she, got her foot in the industry. No. I loved it because many of us can identify of like pouring our savings into, pouring our 9-to-5 money into it, asking our family when we don't want to do that to invest in our film, and not having an exact plan of how it's going to come into the world. So thank you for sharing that. But I also want to hear you other ladies' stories of what was the first job you guys got, whether it be in LA or back at home, that pushed you to go to LA, to where you felt like, okay, this is my journey. Like, I'm going to make it. Because, like, there's always in your journey, this marathon that we're on, where it's like, oh, is this a hobby? Oh, is this something that because I have family or somebody helping me, I'm able to do right now? Or is this like, no, I know this is my path. I know it's going to work out. What was that job that you booked or moment that happened for you guys that brought you guys on your guys' marathon?
That's a hard question.
That's a good question.
For me, that's a hard question because even if I think about like what brought me to LA, this is ironic. What brought me to LA was not the industry, because I was at a point where I was about to give up. Wow. Where I was like, you know what? I don't think this is gonna work out. I don't know about this film thing, and so like I moved to LA to go to seminary, because I was like, I know, I totally, and it wasn't that far of a departure because it was like a theology and film program, so it wasn't totally left. But I was like teaching on the East Coast, like I was doing that to survive. So I was like an independent filmmaker, and that's the thing. Like in terms of jobs, like I was like piecing together what I could, and just I was like directing, I was like writing and editing and shooting. I was like shooting people's stuff. I had so many jobs. Like when I was on the East Coast, and I got to a point where I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like it's like wearing on me in every way imaginable. And I was like, I'm just gonna take time back, sit back. And I was teaching. I was a professor at Howard University, and I was like, you know what? Maybe this is just my life. Like maybe I'm, and I like teaching. Like I enjoyed it. So it wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna do this lesser than thing. It was like I really enjoyed it. And so I was like, well, I'm going to move to LA. I'm going to get a PhD, because then that way I can at least become a dean or something, And that was really what the path that I was on. And it wasn't until I did a film called Gin. I was the producer. And the odd thing about it is like I didn't come onto that project as wanting to be the producer, because I was like, I don't know about this film thing. And you talk about relationships, like a friend said to me, hey, I have a film, will you help me make my film? Like we did a short, and she was like, will you produce it? And I was like, fine. Like, it was you're my friend, like I'll help you do that. And I did that, and it went well. And then she had a feature, and she was like, will you help me produce the feature? And I was like, nah, that's not what I do. Like, I'm not a producer, like I'm a director. And also I don't even know if I'm still a director at this point. Like I don't know if I still want to do this. And we ended up working on that film together. And that's when things started taking off. And at that point, I was like 20 years in. Like I had been doing this for like 20, 25 years. And like I said, was about to walk away from it. And then, so we did that project. And that's when, and I was like, oh, like I don't think I had ever before that moment, like I said, before I had worn so many hats. I was director, producer, writer, editor, cinematographer, costume designer, craft services. Like I was doing everything. That was the first time in my life that it was like, okay, I'm putting on this producer hat. I have a partner. Like I have a director who is, directing, and I have a whole team who is like doing the thing that they're good at. Yeah. And so now I can focus on, I'm producing, and I actually like this. Nice. And once I realized, like that was the click for me, was that film. And then from there, it literally, I remember coming home from set, like after we wrapped, and I came home, and it was like an addiction. Like I was like, I need another film. Give me another film. I want to produce. And I was so obsessed. And like literally 2 weeks later, another offer came in to produce another movie. And then I got an offer to produce a television, for television. And then I got another movie, and then another, and I just started moving from show to show. And like that's how, in terms of the industry, like that's how I started moving up in the industry, and people started knowing me. So most people in the industry know me now as a producer. But I started out as a director and being like, so like, but yeah, so it's kind of a curvy path for me, like in terms of, and when I was, you know, independent, like I was, like I said, I was just doing everything I could to just piece it together. And so it wasn't even, and we talked about this at our table, like I just had no clue about like how to move, you know? And so I was just like doing things. And
we can relate. I don't know if anybody else in here can relate to that. Yeah.
You're just doing a lot.
Yeah.
And there's a whole thing that came with that too, of like having to have a lot of serious conversations with myself and start kind of stripping away. It's like, okay, I know you have all these things on your resume about you edit and you a cinematographer, but are you really an editor? No. Are you really a cinematographer? No. Like, I had to really have those conversations with myself and start kind of pulling back. Like, what is the thing that you really are into? And I think once I honed in on that producer, like, this is something that I like and that I think I'm good at, it's like the opopportunities started coming. Yeah.
And now you're a showrunner on a Netflix show. Unexplained. Kate Stone. Okay.
I have two stories to your question. So how I got to LA was I went to rehab when I was 18. Thank you very much. Thanks guys. No, I almost died from drinking when I was 18, when I went to University of Colorado at Boulder. You're laughing? How dare you? No, I almost died. And I wanted to be an actress since I was 6 years old. And my parents really wanted me to go to college, so I applied to all these California schools, didn't get into any. The farthest west, he's still laughing, the farthest west I got into was Colorado. So I was like, okay, I'll go to Colorado, and it's close enough, right? I'll go to Boulder. And I was like a TV and film major, and I was fucking miserable, because I wanted to be in LA acting. So I was so sad, I was drinking so much. Then I almost died from drinking twice and went to like a detox center, which is essentially like jail kind of, where they keep you until you're sober. It was my rock fucking bottom. Are you still laughing? And then I went then I went to rehab, and it was a big moment for myself, but also my parents, to be like, okay, I need to do this because I'm not happy at school. All I've ever wanted to do is act. And then I moved to LA when I was 18, 19, started stand-up. And I haven't had a problem with alcohol since. Thanks, yeah, thank you.
That's like a testimony to finding your passion, living your passion.
Yes, and living authentically, doing what you love. Yes, saying fuck you to your parents. And
as a parent, don't do that, man.
Okay. But then, and I'm like so grateful that that path happened, because it did get me to LA when I was 19, which maybe is sooner had I graduated. And then the other thing, so you asked about like jobs in LA. The first job I ever booked in LA, it was and this is a cautionary tale, it was a job that I found on Craigslist. The year was, the year was 2011, 2012. And it paid $50, hey, for 2 hours of work to play a saleswoman in a movie called Revenge of the Petites. So I'm like, oh my God, that sounds like Pretty Little Liars, right? It sounds like so cute. Yeah, you can see where this is going. So the day before the shoot, I was like, oh, I wonder like what this movie is about. So then I type it in, Revenge of the Petites, and then I pull up the IMDb. I was like, oh, these actors have very large breasts. Okay, this is a porn. So then I emailed the producer and I told them that I had to pull out early.
Get it?
Thank you. I really did say that. So yeah, don't find jobs on Craigslist maybe, but I'm proud of myself that because I think a lot of people in LA would not Google it, or maybe would Google it, but would feel so awkward about saying no that you would still go and still do it. I think that's how they trick a lot of people. So I learned a lot with booking that first job of like, I'm allowed to set those boundaries for myself and say no, and I deserve to know what projects I'm showing up for. So Revenge of the Petites, check it out.
Oh my gosh. Okay, here, this is really good. We'll do you two here. We need to get better at saying no, right? We have an intimacy coordination workshop with Heather Andersma, who is a local Bay Area intimacy coordinator that I got to work with on one of our academy shoots, and she was teaching our actors this too, that you need to be able to say no. So she's like, let's practice this. Let's do this all together, okay? Are you happy to be here, yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, what's your social security number? Do you want to tell me it?
No.
There we go. Yeah. So getting good at saying no is super important. Even I told our team, like, there's going to be times when I'm going to ask you something, and because of my position, you're going to feel like you have to say yes. You don't have to. Say no. Yes. And so I'm so glad. We need to talk more about that. We're going to have lots of panel discussions about that. Boundaries and mental health in this industry is freaking tough. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah. Lauren, you're up.
Say no.
No.
Olivia, you're up.
Thank you.
Say no. No. So I didn't do any porn.
Well, me either.
The night is young. No, I didn't really know anybody in the business, so I'm from New York. Go Bills. Yeah, no one cares. But I basically got started as a set PA, just fetching coffees for directors and day playing on different sets, and they were all of those like Marvel Netflix films, or those Marvel Netflix shows like Jessica Jones and Luke Cage and all those, and it was really amazing to like learn what every department does. And even though I was just doing lockups, you know, at 3 in the morning, because they only fight crime at night. So it was like exterior nights, and I'm just like, you know, 24, standing out there like, sir, you can't walk down the street. And they're like, fuck you. And you're like, okay, sorry. And you're not paid enough to do that. So I was like, you can go ahead, ruin the shot. I don't care. But I was really cold out there. It was all New York City, exterior nights, middle of the night. I was cold. So I started to get office PA jobs on those shows, and then eventually started kind of shifting into assisting. And I was relentless about telling everyone how much I love Tina Fey. And anyone I would talk to, I just said, Queen Tina, like, I would die to work with her. Like, I know she writes in New York. That would be amazing to be on her team. And people were like, okay, yeah, that's cute, kid. And it took about a year of sending my resume around and networking and just PAing and meeting people. And then I got a call from Tina Fey's production company. And they were like, we need a PA. They needed a writer's PA on the last season of Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. It's on Netflix. And that was my first writer's room. That was my first opportunity. So I was a writer's PA on that, and I had to get a lot of groceries and coffees and print things. But I also got to be the writer's assistant too. So I was in the room taking notes, sitting next to my hero. Like, she was like this, and I'm just like, my computer's open, and she would sometimes just grab it and like look something up, and I was like, oh my God, what tabs do I have open? Like Tina Fey net worth. Like, I'm like, yeah. No, it wasn't good. I was so sweaty every day, but that was my first writer's room job, and I remember seeing them. It was like a team of about 13 people, and I remember seeing them all breaking story and coming up with jokes and beating a joke to death for hours. And I just remember thinking I was too shy to really participate, and that's not quite what you're supposed to do as an assistant. So I remembered thinking of things, and then it would come out of their mouths, or it'd come out of Tina's mouth, and I'd be like, I think like maybe I could do this. And then there was one day where they were really stuck on a story point, and I let them suffer for a while, and I'm just clickety-clacking. And I finally said, like, well, I have an idea, is it okay? And it made it in the show. Wow. And I just remember being like, it was such a small thing, but my pitch was made into little tiny props, and it was like a whole like bit on the show. And I just remember feeling like, I think, like, they get to play all day, and it's so fun and weirdly exhausting. But I just remember thinking maybe I could do it. And yeah, So not porn, but
Maybe
close.
I could do it. Yeah.
Wait, but that's the other thing
Yeah.
I'll say is like you have to have the courage to admit the thing you want. If you had not told every single person about Tina Fey, if you had not been brave enough, like I feel like you willed that into existence.
Manifested,
Like you
yes.
have to be brave enough to say the things that you want and like believe that you can do it.
Yes, so that is the message. Because I know a lot of people were like, yeah, okay, who doesn't want to, like, hello, of course, who doesn't want to work with her? And I don't know, I manifested that shit. Do it.
All right, say it out loud. What do you want right now?
Facts.
Say it out loud. Everybody, just shout it out. I want a
Oscar.
show run. I want to create TV. I want my next feature film. I want $100,000 for BraveMaker next month. Anybody else want to shout out? Go
I
ahead.
want to
Shout
work
it
with
out.
Beyonce.
Work with
I'm a
Beyonce.
movie star.
I want an
Okay,
Oscar.
Shout it out. You want a TV show? I know you do, Tara.
You get a TV show.
You
You
get
get
a
a TV show.
What would Drew Barrymore be saying?
Oh my gosh, everyone gets a TV show. I love you guys. The
Olivia.
lights are going down.
You're up, Olivia. You're up.
Oh, I love that. Wow, you guys have all been so inspiring. Every single one of you. It's amazing. You know, your question actually struck me because I think that's the part that's been the hardest thing about my journey is I've never landed in a place where I felt this is it.
Okay.
Ever. And so I remember my first job I booked was on Reba, the sitcom. It was huge. But here's the thing. So I booked Reba, and then I started doing little bits here as an actress, like, you know, getting co-star parts and guest star parts and reoccurring. And then it got to testing. And I remember in 1 year I tested for 4 films, and it was a no, no, no. And they all those people now have gargantuous careers. And at that time, I was heavily drinking. And it became so painful that I had to walk away. Because if I heard no one more time, I couldn't do it. And that's when I decided, okay, if this thing doesn't happen, I've wanted it since I was 3. Like, I used to cry at movies, and it's not because the movie was sad, it's because I wanted to make people feel what they were making us feel. But I kept getting no's. And so I was like, I don't know who I am without this. Like, if this dream isn't going to happen, like, what is there? So I got sober. And I went to school for, I did a master's in spiritual psychology. And I went to figure out, like, who am I? And why do I want this thing so much? Why does it cause so much pain? And what if it's not it? And in that, I learned all the different ways to counsel people and to hold space, and we did all the healing ourselves. And we got to pick a second-year project. And they're like, do one thing you've always wanted to do. You have a whole year. We're going to help facilitate it. And all I wanted to do was find something beside acting. And I couldn't. I was like, it's fucking acting. I was like, I came to school to run away from it. But it wouldn't go away. It almost felt like alcoholism, you know? And so I did that, and I went back into acting, and, you know, with a lot of shame. And I had to heal that and be like, it's okay if I'm older now. It's okay if it didn't happen when I was 20. You know, and through that, I started working with clients and coaching people and realizing I was giving so much but not receiving the thing my heart wanted. So I stepped back in. I just did a movie last summer, coming back in, started a... Thank you. I do a podcast with my best friend who's also an actress, and it's all just kind of coming together, and then we started picking up projects to produce, going, wait a minute, fuck ageism. I mean, 80% of women over, 80% of characters in films over 50 are male. Wow. Why? Right? It's okay that I'm the age I am. And then I reconnected with my dear soulmate, Nadine, and watched her film and went, oh God, this is why I must act. This is why I must storytell. because of her films the films she makes. And so that got me back into producing, and we've been writing together and creating together. And
She's acting in some of my next
and
movies.
yes, yeah. But so then your question, what hit was, I don't know what my path is, but when I get quiet, it's that, right? So it was never a job that gave it to me, though. The jobs almost made me more insecure in a way. Like, how can I hold on to this? It's not enough. When will I get more? You know? So, but it's in those moments of stillness and quiet when I kind of ask for guidance that it's like, it's still there.
But also the fact that it's coming now at an age when you're the person you've become because of all of those years of healing yourself and all of those different things, and it made you an incredible partner to collaborate with, producer. Like, when shit hits the fan and I feel like I've been in fight or flight now for 20 hours and I haven't eaten today and she's who gets me centered. And like, we need those producers who, you know, create that calm. So it made you so talented at so many different things. You are an incredible actress, but you're also an incredible producer, incredible therapist. And sorry, I'll stop talking now, but you know what I mean? It's like, it happens when it's meant to, because look who you are now today because of your path.
I love you.
I'm feeling, I see you're feeling some things down there. I'm feeling some things.
I'm like so thankful for you guys all sharing that story, and I was moved to tears because of all you guys' story, because you guys are really just like me. Like, you guys all started from the bottom, literally.
Rock bottom.
And y'all are literally on the top, killing it. So I just want to say thank you guys for sharing your stories and your hard times, because all of us as indie filmmakers feel that. You know what I mean? Okay, go.
But the other thing I'll say to that too is, like, even after for me, it's like, yeah, 2 films in, I still have days where I'm like, how am I going to provide for my son? How am I going to pay my bills? When is the next thing? So it's like, it's not like there's this finish mark where we're like, we fucking did it, and now everything is easy. It's like, your problems just get bigger, your bills get bigger. Like, you know, it's like, you just keep growing. So does your ambition. I think if any of us stop having ambitions that grow, we just kind of die inside. So, like, the answer is, you're still going to feel it. Maybe this isn't a helpful thing. You're still going to feel that way in a year from now when you make your feature, because then you're going to be like, when's my second one? I fucking got this. So, like, the truth is, we all, I mean, for me, I see your tears right now, and I want to cry, because I'm like, I still feel that way, though. Yeah. Like, I still feel like, oh, but I want to make this one, and I made, but this, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, we're all still in that same exact boat.
Who's feeling something about that?
This is
Some
so beautiful.
personal, yes. Feel it. What would Christopher Walken say about this? Do we need to embrace our...
Oh, you gotta feel the emotions in your heart. Wow.
I just want to applaud. Can we applaud our VIPs here? You all can take your seats. Thank you so much. I want to, yeah, you can take your seats. We're going to bring up one more VIP who just got in the room, but I want to acknowledge the reality of what you were just saying. Like, yeah, I'm like, I don't think the day is going to come where my dreams are going to come true. I have to tell myself, I'm living my dreams now, and the dream is effing hard. It's really hard to live the dream, and I have to own that. Like, you know, we all think that those red carpets are what it is. We know that's like 0.6% of the work we do. Everything else is hard and grueling, but we have to be okay with who we are and accept ourselves. So even as they were up here, even before they all came, I'm thinking like, ooh, Olivia could act in this film that I have. LEAH could do that. You know, how could we incorporate each other, cast within this room, produce within this room, write within this room, right? I'll tell you what, you will find so many cool friendships and collaborators in this room, so make time for it. And it's gonna go by fast, okay? It's gonna go by fast. It's gonna feel like there's too many things to do. We always get complaints, why are there so many things happening at the same time? Well, it's a film festival, get with it. It happens. We already had 1 or 2 things sell out, so take a breath, take a moment. I want us all to take a big moment and like breathe in, like inhale, and exhale out. Just do a second, like look around the room, look at people in the eyes. You're not gonna get to meet everybody, but could you meet at least 5 people, you know, and make a connection, follow each other on social. You never know where it's gonna go. Well, we have about 15 minutes left. I wanna bring one more VIP up and then introduce some of our filmmakers quickly, but it's Ken Whittingham. Ken Whittingham, come on up. Ken, you're gonna sit right here between Priscilla and I. Ken and I and Priscilla met at Sundance. Hi, buddy. And we went to a workshop just like this with him, and Priscilla and I were kind of geeking out, going, oh my gosh, he's so cool. We need to talk with him. Like, wouldn't he be great at Sundance? Or at BraveMaker? I have a huge love for Sundance, even though they've rejected me 6 times. It's fine. But Priscilla and I went to this event, and then we were sitting down, and he sat right next to us. We're like, oh, hey, Ken. And then Priscilla ended up sitting next to you at a film screening, and we were like, this is meant to be.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. And sorry I'm late. Note to self, never rent from thrifty rent-a-car. I spent more time in the line than I did getting up here on the airline. Anyway.
We should have picked you up. You shouldn't have rented a car.
That's okay.
So if you guys don't know who he is, quick Google search. But he has directed some of our favorite TV shows. One of mine is Abbott Elementary. And so when I first met him at Sundance, guys, I was talking Chinese, okay? I was like muffled jumbling while I was feeding him. Like, I didn't know what to say. Oh, my gosh. I remember after we left saying hi to him, I turned to Tony like, I don't even know if I made sense, Tony. And then it worked out that later in the festival, we ran into each other, and I treated him like a human. But thank you for coming down here. We have so many questions, but I think, Tony, do you want to go on off?
I was say, but we have time for 2.
Okay.
Because you're going to be on a lot of panels.
Okay. All right, sounds
You got a question?
I mean, I feel like I'm so emotional right now.
Okay,
I would love to hear your first job that you got in the LA. I don't know if your first big-time job was in LA.
You mean as far as a job in the industry?
Yeah, in the industry.
Directing.
In the industry.
In the industry, period. Wow. Well, it was way back when TV first began. No, it was back in the 80s. I started off as a PA. Actually, I started in the mailroom, to be honest with you. Started in the mailroom at CBS in 1980. And so I'm super old. So started off in the mailroom. I was in journalism school. Finished school, started working in news, decided that news wasn't for me. And my first production job was actually, I got out of news and got a production job on a show called 227.
Jack K.
With Jack K, yeah, and Regina King. So it started off on that show and decided, I thought I wanted to write initially. So I wrote it, I actually sold a script to the show and decided that I didn't want to write, that I wanted to direct. So I never went to film school or anything like that. I was in journalism school. So I just kind of used that time to find out how to direct a comedy. So spent all that time as a PA, and then I became a stage manager. And then when I felt that I was ready to direct, I let everybody I knew in the industry that I wanted to direct.
Speak out what y'all want.
That's right. You got to speak out. You know, and they're like, yeah, you know, maybe one day, you know. But you just have to will it. You know, you have to just let everybody know and just keep going. And so I was obsessed with getting an opportunity. And so I finally got an opportunity on a show called Malcolm and Eddie. It was on UPN. And then that really kind of catapulted that. You know, I did that episode and got another one, and then it just kind of started to snowball. Did all the UPN stuff, and then got my first break on network. I think it was the Bernie Mac show. Yeah. And then just kind of went off. And I heard someone say that they were on Kimmy Schmidt. Was it? Oh yeah. So yeah, I directed some Kimmy Schmidt. Yeah.
And you two will be on a panel together on Sunday, working in TV.
Yeah,
Lauren
cool.
and Ken.
Thank you.
And The Office, and Parks and Recs, and Blackish, The Upshaws. Give it up for Ken Whittingham.
Yay.
So if you want to be a director, a TV director, you need to mingle around with him. But you've been also impacted. You know, we've been talking over the course of these months. You're like, hey, I will definitely be there unless I get a job. So it's not easy for you either.
No, it's really tough right now. It's very slow. And I thought it was me. You know, that's the first thing you think. Well, am I losing it? Nobody wants me anymore. But no, the industry is really, you know, all these strikes that are coming out. And I think there might be an IATSE strike. So producers or studios are tending not to hire directors right now because they don't want to, if there's a strike, they have to pay you. So So right now it's just very slow. So, you know, I'm just being patient, and I'm glad to be here. Yeah.
Tomorrow, give it up for Ken. Tomorrow in your program, if you look at the museum at 3 p.m., all of these VIPs will be on a panel. We're really going to talk a lot about that. Like, what is the state of the industry? What do we need to be doing with our abilities and skills and dreams? You know, not waiting for other people, but at the same time, what can we expect to see coming down the pike with jobs? It's looking bleak. It really, really is. We're not going to be a downer, but we want to talk and hear what everybody's doing to make it and to survive. So thank you, Ken, for being here.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. We're going to end with, you can go ahead and find your seat, Ken. We're going to end with meeting some of our feature filmmakers, because that's what we have time to do. Yes, and I got one more thing at the very, very end to invite and ignite movies in the Bay. So that's what I'll end with after our feature. So if you are a feature filmmaker with a film in BraveMaker 2024, please come up to the chairs. Let's go. Give it up for our feature filmmakers.
Oh, do you have?
Let's go. You have a feature film, which is a full-length feature film. Come on up here, Anthony. Here we go. Where's Lisa? Lisa, yeah, you got a feature film. You're like, wait, is that me? You gotta sit right here. Yeah, here, take these. That's mine. Take these microphones, pass them on down. All the multicolors. Take the red one, Stacy. Yep. Does everybody have a mic? We'll make sure everybody does. Yes, thank you. My phone has dropped twice, and I already cracked it. You know, that's because how life goes. Does everybody have a microphone? All right, cool. So you get to introduce yourself and just give us the log line of your films. Look at these cool feature filmmakers up here. Let's hear it. Go for it.
Hi, everyone. I'm Stacy. I'm the producer of Bar Daddy. It's a feature documentary about an attorney in Los Angeles who helped more than 3,000 black law school graduates pass the California bar exam to become licensed attorneys. He's been doing it for free since 1976 from his kitchen table, and he's still doing it today at 88 years old. So check it out, Saturday and Sunday.
Al Jenkins, everybody. And I'm going to give it up real quick for Stacy, because Stacy is on our press team, y'all. So she's been doing lots of emails with Olga, her partner in crime over there, partner in creativity. So doing double duty, as many filmmakers do. So glad that you're on the team.
Awesome. Your film sounds awesome. And that's Saturday?
Yeah, Saturday and Sunday.
Ooh. Check it out, everyone. I'm Lisa. I'm the producer of Daughters. It's a documentary about a daddy-daughter dance that takes place in a prison, and it was the idea of these little girls who wanted to dance with their dad, and one of them couldn't, and the girl said, well, let's take this dance into prison, and with the help of their youth leader, they actually made it happen. And so their youth leader and activist, Angela Patton, she's going to be here as well later today. She's the co-director of the film, and we're playing tonight. We're so excited to be here. I'm loving everything that everyone's saying. It's like bubbling emotion right now. And meeting first-time filmmakers, and sorry, I'm like pointing at you and like raising your hand, but it's her first festival ever, which is awesome.
We got to honor that too. That's good.
Yeah, and so just grateful.
And Lisa, you know, small little note, got both documentary jury and documentary audience awards at Sundance this year. So their film was
Very
quite
lucky.
the hit. Yeah. So we were so glad we were able to get it with our partner, the TDB Foundation. And another special fun fact, Netflix bought it.
Very lucky. Yeah.
So don't wait till August to watch it on your computer. Watch it tonight.
So much fun to watch it with others.
Everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Anthony Hand. And when you're done having a good cry over here, because this film sounds amazing, come to the secret LGBTQ film screening tonight at 10. So this is an animated feature film about a drag queen super shiro named Maxie LeWow. Okay. So real quick, so Maxie tells the story of Simon, a shy young barista who finds a magic wig that turns him into the titular drag super shiro, Maxie LeWow. Now we have a drag villain also, and her name is Dinabolical. And Dinah's discovered that drag queen tears have magical anti-aging properties. So she's been kidnapping queens and forcing them to watch the saddest movie ever made, which we cannot call Beaches, to drain them of their magical tears and launch a new cosmetics line. And now she's after Maxie. So it's kind of crazy, campy, fun, and it's like suitable for fans of drag of all ages. So we've got Lorraine Newman doing a voice, and we have a few famous RuPaul's Drag Race alumni like Jinx Monsoon and Ben de la Creme, Monet Exchange, Rosé, and Hiding Closet doing some cameo voices. It's a lot of fun, so get your tears done.
Yeah.
I know I'm going to cry for sure.
We hope a lot of drag queens come so their tears can help us be, you know, getting, yeah, whatever. Yeah, that's great.
Here we go.
Anthony, this is so cool. I've known Anthony for some time. Anthony actually executive produced one of my short films. He had this really fun, campy, animated feature. He's like, do you want to do a secret screening? Because we're waiting for a bigger, cooler film festival to get, no, just kidding, just kidding. But he couldn't do yet. He didn't want to put it public yet. I was like, we've never done a secret screening. That's super fun. Our first ever secret screening and our first ever full-length animated drag feature film. So come watch it tonight. You all now know the name, Maxi Lawau, but it's not public or on any of our social media, but that's what's happening tonight at 10 p.m. With some drag performers coming to walk the red carpet, yes?
So we have a San Jose-based drag performer coming. Her name is No One. Crazy name, because it makes it really hard to find her on social media. But she is so much fun, and she'll be posing on the red carpet, and we might have some other random drag queens showing up as well. So
awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Anthony. Noah.
My name is Noah Bayshore. I'm the writer, director, editor of all the hats, of the micro-budget romantic dramedy called Walter, Grace, and the Submarine. It's a two-hander that we shot in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and it's kind of about these two young artists living in the city who have like a right person, wrong time situationship, and they kind of bond over similar parental religious traumas and stuff. And it's a dinky movie that we made with a lot of love and a lot of volunteers and a lot of great, cool artists worked on it. And yeah.
Nice.
I gotta brag on Noah because I've been following Noah for quite some time. He edits two friends of mine's podcasts called Just Shoot It. So if anybody listens to Just Shoot It, Noah is the editor of that podcast. And this is his first ever time to California, let alone on a plane, to come to his first film festival in California. So give it up, that's huge. Yeah, and this film is so beautiful, and the actors are really delightful, and they just shine on screen. So well done.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. And speaking of podcasts, we have Gigi Hawkins, everybody, from the No Film School podcast.
Hello.
Doing our second ever secret screening in the same weekend. How cool is that?
It's so cool. When we talked about doing this, I was like, the movie's not done because the technical theatrical mix is happening on the 27th. So I'm like, I'm like feeling overwhelmed right now because I've been so in making the movie and I get to show it to everyone, like now in the Bay Area, which is where I'm from. So I'm so excited, and I also like appreciate the ethos of like everything that the VIP people were saying and everyone is saying here about like, it's just you're in it and you have to create the opportunity for yourselves. So it's a movie. It's not.
You're good. Give it up for Gigi. Take a breath. Okay, here we go. Gigi has made a film that she just did a whole podcast talking about. It's a really cool podcast that you talked about making this thing from beginning to end. So listen to the No Film School podcast and tell us the name of the film and what it's about.
It's called I Really Love My Husband, and it's about a woman who goes on her delayed honeymoon to this island in Panama, and her golden boy husband is sort of this people pleaser. And something happens on the plane ride over here that sort of is a game changer for her. And so in a Hail Mary attempt to feel something in her marriage, she pitches him in on an idea with a third, and chaos ensues. So it's a dark comedy set in a tropical location, and we're screening with also Baggage Claim, a short film that's part of the festival. So come on out on Saturday at 7 p.m. and go movies.
Go movies. Gigi, you said if you like White Lotus, you will like I Really Love My Husband.
And those are other people's words, not mine. So
okay.
Maybe you can come and do a...
God, I'll be there.
Yes.
See, well, we have some really amazing people that are at this festival, right? VIPs and feature filmmakers, short filmmakers. We're going to acknowledge you here too. But making these podcasts, movers and shakers who have things to share, who are just like you. Like if there was a picture in the Enquirer magazine, we would see them shopping for discount items, just like, you know, like whatever. Like we are all human beings trying to make something of our art and trying to make the world better and tell stories. And it just warms my heart. Priscilla, you want to say anything about that?
I mean, you really just said it all, really. I'm excited. I know that, okay, I do have a question real quick.
Quick, go for it.
Okay, I'm gonna zoom to you, daughters.
Lisa?
Just me being nosy, how did you get Kerry Washington to become an executive producer?
Good question. Kerry came on because she does a lot of work in the social impact world, specifically in prison reform, and so she has a whole team dedicated to that. Actually, Maggie is going to be here, who's part of that social impact team. She's coming to the screening with her husband.
Nice.
But the work was aligned, and so that's, yeah, sometimes you meet people that are just with the same passion, same movement, on the same path. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, for sure.
We're going to talk to Lisa more tonight and everybody else. Give it up for them. Round of applause. Okay, so go take your seats. Feature filmmakers, look their films up. We have to acknowledge our short filmmakers because I have made so many shorts and been to so many film festivals and I often feel like I'm shortchanged when I'm a short maker. You're just as important. If you're a short maker, come on up here. You're going to have to stand. You're going to have to stand real quick, but come on up. Come on up. Come on up. Everybody stand. There's a lot of shorties. I love it. I love it. Come and stand in front of these. We're going to just pass the mic, and you're going to say your name and your film title because you deserve to be acknowledged too. All right? Here we go. Olga, bring us home.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, my short is called Effervescence. It's a film about... Thanks, Tony. Hello again. My short is called Effervescence. It's a short about mental health, importance of being aware of what's happening around us and never giving up on our life and lives around us. It's a hopeful film that helps people to look for a better future and keep going. It's premiering tomorrow at 9:30 and Saturday 8:15. Please stop by. Thanks a lot.
I'm Ashley St. George. I'm the director, writer, and star of Girl at Mirror. It's a movie about a woman mourning her childhood dreams, and I'll leave it at that. Oh, it's playing, sorry, 2 screenings, tomorrow night at 9:45 and 8:15 on Saturday night.
Hi, I'm Jessica Season. I'm the director of the elevator dance for Elisa Remix. And for those of you who know about her true crime story fans, you know her story, but she was the star of, I guess, star of an infamous surveillance video that was released by the LAPD. And so rather than making a horror story out of it or making something sad, I decided to turn it around. So I reenacted the surveillance video and I made it as a celebration of her life. And so, through dance. And so the film is showing Sunday in the Closing Night Bay Area Shorts program at 5 p.m.
Sounds amazing. Hi, I'm Poonam Basu.
And I'm Marilyn Suchan.
And we're here with
My Dearest Elizabeth. It's a short about a young woman who is desperately trying to write her grandmother back, but what happens when you lose sight of your priorities and run out of time.
And it's playing Friday at 7, Saturday at 12:15, and 5:45. We hope you'll come.
Hi, I'm Roxana Lewis. I am the director and producer of Mandy's Voice. It is a short film about a teen girl on the spectrum who is non-speaking and learns how to communicate with her mother for the very first time. It is about parent-child relationships. What does communication look like? What does listening look like? What does autism look like? And how to protect those relationships.
Hi everyone, my name is Janae and my film is Limitless. It is about a middle school singer-songwriter who is working to gain the confidence to audition for her school's variety show. It's screening on Saturday morning at 10 a.m. as a part of the family-friendly film block. So, thank you guys. And it's my first film festival.
Hi, everybody. My name is Mieta Vincent Ronca, and my film is The Devil Ain't Pious. It's about a wealthy man who brings his children and grandchildren together to his mansion and reveals a secret. A long time ago, he sold the soul of one of his future grandchildren to the devil for all the wealth that they now have, and now the devil has come to collect. So it's a dark comedy, and it's a little bit like a Squid Game, so I know it sounds devilishly fun, and it is. Yeah. Oh, and quickly, I'm putting it out there that I want to create a period comedy with a black female lead. What do you think, Jennifer?
You ready? Okay, cool. My name is George Elsie Jr. I am the writer and director of Cottage Grove, and it's about a young adult man who reconnects with his stroke-afflicted father in the parking lot of a grocery store in Chicago. And the core message of it is getting an apology from a parent. There we go.
Walk and talk. I'm Dex Broughton. I'm the writer and director of 3 a.m. 3 a.m. is a story that I adopted from my mother's diary. Don't tell her. But it's also a nightmare that she put in this journal. And it's a poetic piece about having a target on your back as a black African-American male here in America. So, dream state.
Hi, I'm Kelly White. I have 3 short films in the festival. 2 of them I did with BraveMaker Academy, The Eulogies, it's fun, and Infectious Theaters, very funny too. But and then the 3rd one I did was with, it's called Lost Not Forgotten. It's a story about drug addiction, and it's written, directed, and stars Sean Patrick Small, Larry Bird in HBO's Winning Time. And it's about choices and what paths you're going to follow, whether you're going to follow, your father's legacy of addiction, or if you're going to make different choices and move in a different direction. So thanks. That's Saturday night, 8:15.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Matthew Ryuta. I'm an Oakland filmmaker, writer, and director. Go Oakland, go Bay Area. So I have a short film that I wrote and directed that's tomorrow night at 4 o'clock at the Century called Median. It's based on real events from the marriage equality campaign back in 2008, and it's about a gay activist who fights back after a trans activist and he are assaulted by a group of religious extremists. True story. In the Grand Lake area, and then that that short is a part called Median. It's a part of an anthology of 4 short films that I shot in the Bay Area. 1 on the Bay Bridge, 1 in San Francisco. Median was in Oakland again, and then in Berkeley for this anthology called Elements. And if you come, we put a lot of love into this. A lot of Bay Area actors and crew mainly were on it, and this one is basically 4 short films that create an anthology of Bay Area living in one day. Okay. That's Sunday.
Hello, my name is Luke Miller. I'm a cinematographer. I'm here with 2 short films. One's called Prophet. It's playing Friday night, 9:45. It's about a young woman who finds out she has breast cancer and loses her job on the same day, and she sort of goes down this path following an unqualified wellness guru trying to help her out. It's dark comedy, Friday night, and then Saturday morning, so no sleep, you gotta get up early. I have another one called The Purple Glasses in the family-friendly film program. It is, the director for that will be here. Her name's Susan Sullivan, and it's about 2 young girls who become friends in middle school. It's based on her meeting her best friend. And it's set in the 80s. It's got a great John Hughes vibe to it. And really, I came because Ken's here, and I love Ken. And Ken and I have done a few episodes together, and if you want to learn something from anybody, that's the guy to learn it from. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Neil Unardam. You can just call me Nil. That's what everyone says. I made a film called Pearl in the Window. It's a short drama based on my great aunt who's about 100 years old, and she lives in Istanbul in a small apartment. And it's about so an older lady and her caregiver. So that's what it's about. Usually I write comedy, so I don't know why this is a drama, but anyway. So yeah, it's playing tomorrow at 11 and Sunday at 11. So hope to see you there. Thank you.
My name is Rasan New York Thomas. I'm the director of a short film called Friendly Signs. Friendly Signs is about the determination of a man named Tommy Wickard, who grew up with a deaf brother, so he knew sign language. And while he was incarcerated, he turned his life around. And when he found out deaf people were being persecuted, he decided he was going to make it a safe space for them in prison by teaching everybody around sign language. Wow. So, and ironically, it was made while I was in prison with him.
Hey everyone, I'm back again. So Anthony Hand, creator, director, producer of Max Wild, but I'm also executive producer on a fantastic little short film. Robbie Kendall is the writer and director, but he had to step out, I'm afraid. I'm excited about this little short film. It's called Unfree Will. It's in the Queer Block. It tells the story of two gay guardian angels and their human charges and what happens when they try to interfere in their humans' lives. So it's in the Queer Block. Hope to see it.
Hi everyone, I'm also back again. My name is LEAH KNAUER, and tonight at 8:30 at the museum, The Ally is showing. My writer-director is not here, so I'm plugging the film for her. But it's called The Ally. I play the lead, and it's a comedy about the line between cultural appropriation and appreciation. It's very funny, and yeah, it's tonight at 8:30.
Hey everyone, my name is Adhan Kapoor. I'm a student filmmaker here, and my film is called On the Brink, The Battle for Democracy, and it's about the rise of autocracy across the globe and the subsequent fall of democracy. It's playing Saturday, 10:15 a.m. at Century.
Zidane, second year with us. He was a selected filmmaker last year and is also on our intern team. Can we give it up for these short filmmakers? Take a photo, remember it. Take some mental photos and make sure you follow up and watch some of their films. Go ahead, filmmakers, take a seat. I'm going to take 3 more minutes, then we're going to be done. And thank you to our team member. I said, you know what? Last year we did not get a 5 to celebrate 5. I want a balloon. And so someone got us a 6th balloon, which feels so fun. It is our 6th year. So cool. Priscilla and I want to see more films in the Bay Area. We want to see more of you working. And we do have a special guest with us who's going to take just 2 minutes and tell us a little bit about his new job. His name is Cam Newton. He's the film commissioner of San Mateo County. I was told that maybe next year they might want to support us. So Cam, let's talk.
I think there might have been a few people expecting a tall, handsome football player.
Like, where is he?
It is the same name. It's on my license. I didn't change it because I'm a fan. I promise you. But it's wonderful to be here and see all you wonderful creators and producers and everybody here that came together to put this and make it what it is. I'm the film commissioner here in San Mateo County. I work for an organization called the San Francisco Peninsula. We're the tourism board for the area. So films, people, everything coming here, it's good for us. We love to talk about it. We want to promote. I thank you so much for the opportunity to be here and talk about it, but what I want to tell our filmmakers is I'm here to be a resource to all of you. If you're coming here, you need to find locations, you need to find permits. I sent this permit into this one government, and they haven't got back to me in 90 days at this point, and I'm about to film. I'll see what I can do. I'll grease the wheels, kneecaps, and all that. So yes, please feel free to come say hi to me. I'll introduce myself. I would love to be a resource for you and show you around San Mateo County. If you're just looking for something fun to do, we do that too. So, really.
How can people contact you?
People can contact me by going to our website, the sanfranciscopeninsula.com, coming up to me, collecting my business card, my phone number. I don't have a fax machine, but if that's the only way you do it, I'll buy one for you.
We want to see more films here on the peninsula in the Bay Area. I shot my feature here. I only paid $100 for locations. That was at a cemetery. Everything else was completely free for 13 days. It was awesome. So more. We're talking about making feature films tomorrow night with Nadine. If you want to chat about feature filmmaking, any of the feature filmmakers who are available during that workshop, check your local listings and be a part of that. You'll be here all night to be schmoozing and hanging with people. Yes? Okay,
yes,
great.
Please come say hi to me.
And let me finally just say, if you want us to help to see a year 7, if you're believing in what we do, I'm just gonna be really transparent. We lost $50,000 this year from the big guys, the big companies who cut back. We got this space for free, which was really nice, but we had to rent a hub that did not have a ramp, and we had to spend $3,500 to make sure wheelchair users could get into it. It is not easy to make a film or to put a film fest on, but your support and anybody that you know who could support makes a difference. I don't want to take money out of filmmakers' pockets because I know that that's a lot already. But I also know, no, I give money. I just gave $25 to a filmmaker who's making a vampire lesbian film. Like, yeah, I'll support that. I want filmmakers to succeed. So I'll just, as an invitation, as a gift, if you want to support us, last year 2 or 3 filmmakers ended up giving us a monthly pledge. Like, they're still donating $5 a month, $12 a month, $25 a month. It all helps. You can go to bravemaker.com/donate to do it, or just text the word BraveMaker, one word, to 44321. It's on your program as well. I am not going to be shy asking for support because I want to be here next year. Thank you, everybody, for being here. The mental health workshop starts in 15 minutes right here. But if you want food, go out and walk around Redwood City. If you want a photo from Erin Ashford, she's going to be there till 4 o'clock. Otherwise, schmooze and hang out. We'll be back here in 15 minutes. Thank you to Penn Media and Strathy Media for being our amazing live streamers and media team all weekend long. We love you all. I love you all. Thank you. Goodbye. Thanks, Cam.
Thank you.